So how badly have we lost our rights to the homeless in the city of LA? Well, let me tell you. On Exposition and Centinela, in the last 3.5 weeks, our group, meaning the neighbors in the area, LAPD, myself from the council, the Ellison Institute for Cancer from USC, we all worked together to come up with a solution so that the cancer patients who have immune diseases wouldn't have to walk through the squalor on the street because they couldn't pass by on the sidewalks, because nobody in this city can do anything about ADA federal violations of the homeless, because the homeless have more rights than we do. So we put together a plan, and we actually moved the homeless with their own consent, and they did the move, and we actually paid them to do the move and to clean up. We then put some potted trees in the area to decorate around the building, a building, by the way, that's an auto body shop that has flammables in it, and for anyone who knows what's been happening with these encampments, they end up on fire. Ohio and Wellesley, San Vicente Boulevard by the VA, Venice. We've had fires in the encampments up and down the city. So now what happens? This city council deputy calls street services and files a complaint that the trees are there without a revocable permit. Did this council deputy call his stakeholders and constituents and say, hey, I didn't know about the trees, you need to get a revocable permit? No. He called street services. What did street services do? Lieutenant Karen Bowie came out and threatened the businesses with citations that the trees had to be removed by 3 p.m. Threatening the businesses. Of course, the businesses complied because they are good stakeholders, and they moved the trees out and filed for a revocable permit. But then they sent street services back the next day when the building tenant was washing down the side of the building and the sidewalk, and building services came out and said, you cannot wash your sidewalk with a hose. You need to use a broom. And the lights on your building you're not allowed to have, nor can you have speakers with music. They're illegal. No sites, no evidence at all that this is the truth. They have overstepped their boundaries, and they have focused on this particular tenant and property owner to make an example of them. So again, the homeless completely overtake our streets, our sidewalks, and we have no rights as stakeholders. Now let's talk about Karen Bowie. I file a complaint a few days later about 4 sandwich boards advertising an illegal pot shop on Pico and Sawtelle. I send her an email and I tell her that these are illegal, they should be removed. Her email response to me was, file it with 311. And I said, no. If the city council office can make you jump on a phone call, I, as a neighborhood council member, am telling you that it's an illegal pot shop, which, by the way, has been there now almost 4 weeks, with a complaint going to LAPD with nothing happening. And the sandwich boards are still there. So, in a Zoom call a few weeks ago, the city council deputy and the county supervisor's deputy both stated that if their office calls about something with the homeless, they get immediate action because everything gets escalated because it comes from their office. Isn't that a little bit selective? how do we as stakeholders get that same privilege with these elected officials? And even worse than that, as an elected official in a neighborhood council, how is it that I don't get any respect to get things done on a phone call? And then I filed a PRA with Miss Bowie, wanting to know who was the one that ratted out the trees. Her email response was, "We don't have records here. Send your PRA to this address on Broadway." And I said, "No, you've been served. I am giving you a PRA." And I gave a PRA to Councilman Bonin's office requesting the information as well. To date, I have nothing back from either of them telling me what happened or who did it. But in a Zoom call, I did ask Ben, the council deputy, point blank, "Save me time. Were you the one who called Karen Bowie?" And he said yes. So there you go, folks. Your government in action. Put the hyphen anywhere you want. The reality, if you're part of the system, they'll do whatever you want. If you're not a part of the system, you're screwed. You're just another stakeholder who, like Karen Bowie, will overrun you under color of authority, telling you things that are not actually factual, that they want you or demand you do or threaten you with citations. So folks, again, enough is enough. This is a corrupt government. The city government is completely corrupt, and they have destroyed our city with the way they work with the homeless issues. LAHSA needs to be abolished. The council people need to get out of the way. An independent agency with a homeless czar should be enacted immediately, and a program put together to take the hundreds of millions of dollars that we piss away every year and give it to an agency that will actually get something done. I always welcome your thoughts. This is Jay Handel, speaking as an individual. Thank you.